Time for another installment of The Entrepreneur's Mind: 100 Essential Beliefs, Characteristics, and Habits for Elite Entrepreneurs by Kevin D. Johnson. 3. Work on your business, not in your business. If your business depends on you, you don't own a business, you have a job. Michael Gerber, author of The E-Myth. It was once the greatest feeling of accomplishment and satisfaction I have ever felt or ever had. After a long and difficult process of searching for the right people, every essential role in my publishing business was filled. No longer did I have to sell ads, do layouts, edit articles, or distribute my magazine. My staff of almost 20 people took care of everything from determining a new issue's concept to delivering it to readers. I didn't even have to look at the final print magazine if I didn't want to. I could now focus on how to grow the magazine from a regional publication to a national one. Until an entrepreneur's company runs without the founder, the person is just self employed, the lowest rung in the hierarchy of entrepreneurs. The unfortunate reality for millions of entrepreneurs is that their business depends on them way too much. You know the type, and perhaps that type describes you. They are often overwhelmed with their business, doing everything from their own taxes to taking out the trash. They work nonstop, not because they want to, but because they have to. They may act as though they have a team that takes care of everything, but they don't. It's all just a facade. The harsh reality is that if they were hit by a bus and died, their business would die too. Just because you have the ability to assume a crucial role in your business doesn't mean you should. In a recent conversation I had, a fellow entrepreneur boasted about his entrepreneurial frugality as if it were an admirable quality. Normally it is, but he took it too far. He enthusiastically bragged, "Why should I pay someone for something I can do myself?" That's usually code for "I have no money to pay someone else to do the work." If you don't have the revenues to hire a team and to replace yourself, your business isn't profitable, and perhaps you should consider a different approach or a different business altogether. Doing something in your business yourself leads to a quick burnout, and the activity prevents you from executing your role as an entrepreneur, working on your business, not in it. Before you even start your business, focus on planning how to get rid of yourself, especially if your business is service oriented and you are the one serving. That outlook is absolutely imperative because once the business gets going, you won't have time to dedicate to planning when work piles up. You naturally will give priority to serving clients and generating revenue rather than planning your replacement. Finding quality people to fill all important roles puts you in the frame of mind of running a business. In this mode, you are really an entrepreneur, and that's what it's all about. Once you have successfully eliminated the dependency of your business on you, and the process won't be quick and easy, you can focus on growing your business or even moving on to your next venture. I've seen it happen time after time. Entrepreneurs start a company hoping to be freed from the tyranny and demands of a regular job, and before long they are weary from having to do everything for their business. In fact, many are miserable. Either they fail to extricate themselves before it became really difficult to do so, or they just can't seem to let go and get away. If you desire to pass the primary level of self-employment and reach the upper echelons of entrepreneurship, learn to delegate quickly. Otherwise, your chance of growth are limited significantly. If you want to guarantee limited growth, you might as well get a job. So, this is a very important concept because you want to build systems and you want to um, hire people to allow you to step away from doing the mundane day-to-day things. You know, the author, you know, mentions an example of someone who is bragging about being entrepreneurially frugal, and talks about, you know, taking out the trash or other things that could just as easily be done by someone else. Um, I've watched a lot of videos here on YouTube that talk about, um, you know, what's your value as a business owner or an entrepreneur, and then um, looking at the cost of doing a specific task. Could you, if you think your time is worth $100 an hour and taking out the trash, is that $100 an hour task? No, you could probably pay someone minimum wage to take out the trash. So why would you take out the trash when you could pay someone else a fraction of what you see your time being worth, and then you could go focus on a more high value task that would bring in more revenue or profits for your business. So you're basically banking the difference between what you're paying the person and the task you're freeing your time up to go work on. And also that kind of brings me to the thought of like distractions, because obviously not everyone's going to be productive 100% of the time, but if you say you work 80 hours a week, but you know, you're looking at your phone for half the time when you're at, you know, your office, are you really working 80 hours, or are you just showing up for 80 hours and then being productive for maybe 40 of it? So hopefully you found some value in this. If you haven't already, consider subscribing and hitting the bell notification so you can keep seeing videos like this one. Thanks and have a good day.